Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are now in the process of continuing on with the VW Polo, which we have replaced the timing chain, and my wife's going to start the car up. And as you can hear, she runs quite nicely. I've warmed her up, she's actually warmed up, but we've got a slight problem. Well, I say slight problem, it's a bit more than slight. When it's warmed up, it smokes. Give it a bit more of a rev. Right, off. I don't know if you can see that, it's a little bit puffy on the overrun. And it's obviously leaving a bit of a trail on the ground as well. Let's rev it again. Okay. So we're not sure, 100% sure what the problem of that is, whether it's actually steam or the piston ring's worn, the oil ring's worn, but it smokes. Well, it smokes quite badly really. I mean, it's too much, it won't go through the emissions like that if it's smoking, but it's warmed up now. So what we're going to try is and squirt some of this Wins SDP stop smoke in it. So if you turn the car off a minute, if you come and squirt that in for me, we're going to try this and see if this makes any difference, if there's any improvement. We're not 100% sure this is the problem, but we think it is. So we're going to remove the cap, and the Polos are not the easiest thing to actually pour oil into. They've got this funny arrangement here, which I'm not sure that's going to make it terribly easy. There is a funnel above your head if you want a funnel. Just bear with us, we're trying to open the tin now, which is they've made it as hard as they can. It's quite stiff, isn't it? Oh, we got it. If it was a wine bottle, my missus would have had it open by now. Okay, right, gently, because it's very thick, and I don't think it's going to run through there very easily.
Oh, it's like treacle.
It is like treacle, isn't it? The engine's warm. We've had the engine running now for about 15 to 20 minutes. So we're going to tip the whole can. It says the whole can for about 4 or 5 litres of oil, if it ever soaks through. It's looking like it's going to be a bit. It is going gently, isn't it? Keep going. Wow. My only experience of this SDP stuff is when I was a teenager. I had a car and I took the sump off it, and it was all this gungy stuff was all sat in the bottom of the sump. And go on, just keep tipping. And whether it actually did the job or not, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to see if this actually, if it does stop. This might take a while. Meanwhile, while my wife's doing that, we'll just have a quick look around the car. I've cleaned the interior because the interior was absolutely filthy. It stunk of cigarettes, so we've taken the seats out. That seat on the other side is not actually bolted back in. We've cleaned the whole car inside, top to bottom. It's come up pretty well really. Obviously things like cigarette burns in the seats, not much we can do about. The back has come up quite well. It does still smell of cigarettes in here, to be honest, but it's definitely a lot cleaner than it was. It's actually, well, you don't mind sitting in here now. Before it was a bit of a nightmare. So that's done. The rear bumper we fitted, the second-hand one. That's let me just turn the side lights off a minute while I'm doing this. And Here's the bumper, which I'm going to spray and put back on the front. This side, it's got some rust down the bottom, which I've treated with some of that rust preventative. It's had a ding there at some point in the side, but not too bad. Alright, so we're back to the front. How are we getting on?
Quarter of a can.
What to go? All in?
No, in.
Wow. They've got this PCV valve on these cars, which is this thing, I think, which it actually takes the crankcase fumes up and puts them back into the manifold. And this is obviously linked to that. This is obviously something to do with the PCV valve. Well, we might have to do a part 2 on this, mightn't we? Go on, keep going, see if we can.
It's not going to take a lot.
Wow, it's quite thick, isn't it? And you're getting it everywhere as well. Let me just get a cloth a minute. Let's keep going. This might take a while, sorry about this. So if anybody doing this, bear in mind it's that is extremely thick and gooey, isn't it? Keep going. Well, it's about half a tin, isn't it? I'll tell you what, we'll come back and do a part 2, I think, on this when we pulled this in. Okay, thank you.